Hello Cobras, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess HD. I am TryclydeTamer. Last time we defeated the boss of the Forest Temple, Twilight Parasite Diababa. Made it past there, getting the first few Shadow into Hyrule Field, and after a little bit of time there getting a couple collectibles, we made our way to Kakariko Village here in the Twilight Realm, where we have the scent of the youth that we are following, as well as collecting all these shadow insects so we can get rid of the Twilight here. And it seems that the smell goes in there. And there's a person inside with a weird face mask. Cripes! How the heck am I supposed to babysit someone else's little brats when I ought to be saving myself? Well, I don't know. That's something you should be figuring out. But the smell is just like wafting over from inconvenient locations. I mean, like, yeah, that was the entryway right there. Disorienting myself because, of course, I was using the practice in the hero mode. Hey, you can climb up here. I thought I was gonna go to a little bit higher up perch right there, but I guess I can make it up from here. Alright. This seems a little precarious, and precarious it is. Just brushing my head against the wall as I go down. But is it really a wall if it's part of a roof? Inside, let's do some sensory stuff. Cripes! I don't see those black roots anywhere. They've got to be hiding somewhere, waiting for their helpless little prey to come out. Then they'll feast! We are safe as long as we remain in here, child. Be at ease. Oh yeah? I wonder if the monsters out there agree with you. They sure didn't seem impressed by my bombs. How long do you think we can hold the sanctuary against beasts that strong, huh? Once they attack, it's over! Remember the lady from the general store? Just one of those things attacked her, and a whole gang from town went to save her. And what happened? She was already gone, and there were two monsters waiting. You connecting the dots? That means if we get attacked by them, then we'll be... Barnes! No need to say such things around young children. Look, Ronaldo, all I mean to say is that it's risky here, too. Ain't you got some place we can hide? There is a cellar. What? You've got a cellar? Where's the entrance, man? The entrance to the cellar is designed to open when all of the candles have been lit. I would not do that. Father instructed me to secure the cellar. I saw insects like the beast outside. Don't cry, Beth. It'll be okay. Link is coming to save us all. Finding a little bit of solace in this odd time. Not sure if that's facial hair or a nosebleed coming out of Barnes there. I can feel it! I'm not shook, but I sure can. These kids knew you'd come save them. What a hero. How sad to be right in front of someone and not be noticed at all. You are chosen by the gods, and only that keeps you from turning into a spirit, or worse, into a dark monster when you enter Twilight, and no one knows what you have done. You may be doomed to toil in obscurity forever. You're the type to worry about everything, I can tell. But don't fret over Princess Zelda. She chose the state of affairs after all. Anyway, what's with having to light candles to get to the basement? Not very subtle, is it? So, what are you gonna do now, my lonely little hero? Hehe. Well, I am going to be the ultimate doggo and carry the stick. Let's see how badly it's clipping through my mouth. It's kind of accurate, even if it's kind of clipping through my face a little bit. So we got a little bit of flame and stuff, so I can be a tricky wolf doing all these movements around. Alright, so there's candles over the place, so let's just jump around and light them. Barnes was trying to light the one down there, which I don't think we do. I think we just need to jump around all these. Okay, I guess Barnes already lit that one. That's like the final one that you would have to do. Or the one to initiate all the other ones. But Barnes already took care of it for us in the cutscene. How hopeful of him, I guess. That statue is moved out of the way. And we got a hole to jump into. I thought we'd be having problems where Wolfling kept jumping around instead of actually perching down like that. And down here in the cellar, being attacked by insects of shadow. Come on, why are they called shadow insects and not twilight bugs or whatever? Or, you know, twilight insects. Gotta keep some variables the same at least. Of course, all these tears of light are being gravitated towards us, or are gravitating, because they're not being gravitated, well, maybe gravitated by gravity. This place seems helpful if you were to come down, but a little dangerous if you're not too careful. Anyway, first three things are there, and this must be our way out. How about that? Looks like you can climb the scaffolding. Yes, Midna, so why don't you give me the option immediately? I mean, yeah, it does, but usually she'd be like, yeah, let's do the climbing thing here, then she immediately goes to do it. But no, I have to press L one extra time. Why is my life so hard? Alright, checking through time. Just make sure the recording's going. You have to juggle back and forth. I should have followed my own advice and brought up a stopwatch, but the iPad's way back behind me, and it's a little too late to do it now. Shadow keys around here in this graveyard area that we are located in currently. Quite the weird way to go around. I mean, yeah, if it rains, it'll just fill up the cellar below, and there's probably some type of irrigation, if anything, would be in the dirt. Got these graves, we could push them, like that. I think that was a yellow rupee right there. Wasn't really paying attention to my numbers. But doesn't seem to be any bugs around here as of now. I think there are in the original versions of the game, but kind of cut down the time. And that's something to keep in mind. Torches to light that we cannot light because there's no sticks and no fire around. that kind is signed and destroyed. Sign is kind of destroyed, yeah. Get out of the graveyard now, and let's see where this takes us. Well, that's convenient. Right to the entry of Renato's house. Kaboom. We don't need to go up there again, Midna. Alright, let's get a survey of things to do. I could get rid of the map, but yeah. I think I can remember how things are. You've seen the map for long enough. Dead end ahead. That's Eldin management. Hahaha. I don't believe in dead ends. I believe in dead A's, the electric fairy Pokemon, even if it's one of the 10,000 Pikachu clones. Get out of here, Articuno. You're the very first legendary Pokemon slated to appear as a raid legendary in Pokemon Go. Aside from the free Lugias that everybody that went to the Pokemon Go Fest bought, because I guess that didn't really turn out too well. Anyway, yeah, Shadow Cargarock has been deathified, even if it did a little bit of damage to me, but that's no big deal. We can walk along the scaffolding here, well, maybe not as effectively as the tight ropes back in the castle. But anyway, we hear the things around there. Kind of up there, can't really reach it. So, seems that we must do a little bit of the same thing. Got some fire right there, and a place to light the fire. I'm surprised that neither end got lit right there. This is a cigar, man, and you gotta light them ends. I'm gonna light the other sticks that are around. Kind of a fire hazard. Alright. I guess this went up there now, so I have to do some climbing. Gotta make my life oh so difficult game, instead of going down to me. Got a heart of damage recovered, and aside from the brain damage going on, that's all we need. Yep, that's the only guy. Well, I guess I could look around briefly, just to see that we are at Eldin. Oh, I don't think I did this in practice, because you don't really need to, because there's no enemies. No Twilight insects. Obviously, there's these shadow bokoblins, but they're not too big of a deal. There's a chest, if anything, to pick up. And in a small chest like this, 9 times out of 10, it's a 20 rupee. Well, usually 9 times out of 10, it's a type of rupee in general, but it's usually something more rare than green rupees. Yes, there are certain ones that do carry green rupees that may warrant a Nintendo Capri Sun style green rupee screen. Yep. I think that cutscene's only appearing because you would normally see things like there. I think you knock that down, there would be one instead of just a yellow rupee here. Yeah, we collect 12 insects. There's probably like 16 or so, maybe even 20 in the original version. I don't remember exactly, but it's much higher and much more grueling than it needs to be. So I'm thankful that this updated version of the game makes things a little bit easier on you. Alright, I spent that little bit of time doing things I didn't need to do, but yeah, I suppose it bears explanation. Seems like something you can smell there. That probably smells really smoky in Wolfleet States, making him cry of the smokiness and stuff. Again, with the whole fire hazard thing, but who cares? You're in this Twilight realm. Alright, let's keep up the ascent. The light ascent, or Twilight ascent rather than dark descent. Well, it's not decent, it's great. Amnesia is. Omnesia? Oh, omnipotent. Seems like a hot spring area right here. There's a sign for it right there. If I can actually get a hold of the breeding. Anyone and everyone is welcome at this Kakariko hot spring. Soak slowly to warm your heart. But doesn't really seem to be much to soak yourself in. But wolves and dog creatures in general love to soak themselves up by dirtying their claws. Not really an appropriate analogy. Well, not like it's lewd, but this doesn't make sense to the context of what I'm trying to say. Anyway, let's look at the map briefly. Everything seems to be on the other side, and I think we have a way to make our way up. How convenient that this town is built in such a way so that it goes from tall to high. And if things weren't that way, we'd be able to not continue in general. Okay, note to self, do not do crazy attacks on enemies that you don't need to kill. I mean, yeah, they can knock me down very easily, but me actively attacking them with being a little careless leads to more demise than anything. Okay, you're a good little doggy killing the enemies, that Minda's saying, I guess. Drop down in here. We're here in the Wimble Dimbling for the stuff. And seems right to there. Let's do that. Seems right to there. Seems that right there is over here. So let's get rid of that. So one in here. Probably would have been another one if you knocked this thing down. Okay, maybe not. It's not letting you knock it down. And wolves don't know how to open doors. Well, my dog does. Well, not actually use things. Where's my exit? I'm trying to trigger Midna, because she's such a trigger-happy individual. If you're done with your errand, then let's get out of here. Alright, Mindy, I'm done. So I'll jump out of here. A long black screen there, and here we are going out on the out and about or something. Seems we have a little shop right here. Let's take a look at it. And it's even saying Barnes Bomb Shop, because his name is Barnes. I thought it was a thing without an apostrophe. It's like, how dare you have minor grammar issues, game? But yep, he was mentioning his bombs. You can't even read that right there. It almost looks like it says an expletive word. The first letter being H and the next one looking... The first letter being S and the next one looking like H, and the others could be assumed to be other letters. Schlong. Oh, anyway, this place is flammable! Lanterns highly prohibited! Oh no, but I wanna do my pyrotechnical stuff around here. Same thing right there. Me thinks that we should bring a lantern around here. But it's not letting us, because there's no sticks to light on fire, and of course we wouldn't have candles around. Even if it's Barnes and he's maybe not the sharpest tool in the shed, he gives Jenny all his love, or Renato. Well, I didn't actually know my first time playing the game, most of the time, but Renato is a male. Because I didn't really pay attention to the text. Just me and my cousin played through the game. And that's actually grammatically correct, because it was me playing the game and my cousin playing the game, so me and my cousin. Or my cousin and me, if you want to do the politeness thing, which is kind of a weird rule to follow. Here in some more Shadow Keys, and you can climb up all this way if so desired, but there's no need for it. Maybe a rupee chest that I can grab at this point, but not like I absolutely need to go this way. But I will take the damage from you, just like we're playing Pokemon, and that thing outsped me. But then I did the super powerful, super effective attack to take you out easily. If it's a weird distortion of an Articuno, it would be ice flying, but probably dark flying. With the whole Necrozma thing becoming a thing in Ultra Sun and Moon, I would feel that a lot of legendaries will have that thing that Solgaleo and Lunala have. I don't think there's a chest in here, not in my immediate purview. So I'll just grab those few things right there, and keep on trucking. I'm gonna trust my video tape recording, because if it messes up I can try to do the flashback thing, so that's a fail-safe. So yep, let's just continue. Okay, don't want to drop down too far, because I don't want to drop down out of the way, so I have to climb back up. But yeah, we saw this thing briefly. There's a guy going in there. Danger, keep out, Barnes. Well, it's so easy to dig in there. What the heck is my digging spot? Okay, yeah, it's just up as you normally go through. Seems like a digging spot on the inside, but it must be how you get out or something, or just a way to tell you to go through. Something to entice you. Huh. Seems like a flammable place, and it's a broken lantern, even if it's prohibited. Seems that we have another deal of an insect being stuck in there, so what's the worst that can happen? Gotta do ultimate things with my stuff, because I'm very tricksy. What's gonna happen? Is this place gonna blow up? Huh? What did you do? Sorry, but as romantic as this is, I'm not gonna stay here with you. I'm getting out. Crazy music and then all these enemies going around. Don't have time to get them, we just have to get out. That was taking damage, but it's just like things exploding on. I don't think they were hitting me. So that was kind of a bust. Let's just get out of there. Or, judging by life in general, not just Pokemon, fire is super effective on Bug. To turn them into a ghost type, maybe these things are Shedinjas. That would make sense. And, dark type on Ghost. Being Wolf Link. Things make sense. I don't suppose there's any nicer way to hunt these things, huh? Well, you had to sacrifice someone's health to find Tears of Light. But that's how the cookie crumbles, right? That's what I always associate that phrase with this game, because I didn't hear that phrase until playing this game. Alright, so taking care of those 3. Seems that all of them are done here in Kakariko Village, so where else is there to go? Well, where haven't we gone yet? There's a pathway that we haven't been too close to. Is that the right way right there? I'm trying to get my bearings straight. Yeah, because that's the way to the spring down there, where all the water is, not a hot spring. No fall damage as Wolf Link, so that's convenient. Well, even as normal Link, you can try to do the roller thing, but if it's too high, you'll take the damage regardless. But we got these Shadow Bokoblins. I'm pretty sure they're Shadow Bokoblins, because going with the naming scheme, even if things should be Twilight, you know, like the Twilight Parasite Diababa that we fought, it would make sense, but alas, that's how the cookie crumbles. Hyrule Field that way, but we can't go through the gate. Death Mountain up that way, and the thoroughfare of Kakariko Village down there. So, seems that Death Mountain is open. How lively this place can be. And I'm sure it's teeming with shadow insects with all their lives. The Xenoblade instinct's kicking in immediately with the item orb. Looks like the path is impassable, but I can get you up it if you want to go. Let's see if I can get a look of what's up there. Looks like a familiar face. Well, maybe not quite so far in this game, but if you're a fan of Zelda games, or even just this game, you'll know that this is a Goron! Woo! Ugh, why do I have to stand guard? The ladder is destroyed, so it is not like any humans will come up. And what is with the elders? If we have a problem the humans can help with, we should ask. It is better than suffering for the sake of pride. I remember back in Ocarina of Time, my way for talking as the Gorons was to, for whatever reason, cut out certain words, maybe making them seem like unintelligent stone people, but they are pretty intelligent, even if their brute force kind of gets in the way sometimes. Why are these shadow vermin here? They don't belong here. That's probably why they're called vermin, but it would be weird anyway. Like, you wouldn't expect to see rats coming up this way, you'd expect to see something like tech types, like in Ocarina of Time. But this is Twilight Princess, it may be in the same immediate timeline, following the Child Link timeline from off of Ocarina of Time, because it's the split timeline. Fallen Hero starts with Link to the Past, when I did last year, and then the Sacred Realm sealed thing starts with Wind Waker. And we don't know for sure where exactly Breath of the Wild falls, but I'm sure that it's something to tie in. Probably not the Fallen Hero timeline, because it mentions the success of Link in Ocarina of Time, most likely. And then, obviously, with there being Rito, it's probably likely that it's connected to Wind Waker in some way. So it's a weird connection. That's a whistling thing right there, and all these things whistling around. Old non-faithful, these geysers that are crazy. More like geezers, if you ask me. What is a real geyser is this shadow insect right here, if I can get close enough to it so that the steam doesn't become a problem. Use Scald on the shadow insect to have a chance of burning with 55 power. Decent attack, and helpful if you want to cripple a strong Pokemon's attack power, because that's a secondary effect of burning aside from eventual damage. Anyway, too much Pokemon talk. And yeah, you see, go higher up right there, you go. Yep, that's the way you do it. I kind of messed that up, but it's counting, I guess. You just do up, middle, down in the pattern that it was doing, whistling for you. Succeeding with that, and it brings us to a very serene looking place, and we must howl it again. Enjoy a remix of the Song of Healing. Let teachings of old pass to you. Take sword in hand and find me. So yep, that is the same golden wolf that would be the hero's shade that we learned the finishing blow from, and there are more skills than that, of course. We had 6 more to learn, and we opened up the way to the second one, and look at that. It's waiting right by the Ordon Spring. But of course, we're gonna have to take sword in hand, so we're gonna have to wait until we get our ability back to be able to do that. I have to actually go back for that and practice. I remembered I didn't grab it, because I don't remember using the ability. I got some vines there, but wolves aren't really competent with climbing vines, especially when they're hanging down like that. Not too easy. Open up the map as we go along, avoiding these old users, or they could be new, because you never know how things could be going with a volcano. Oh, I almost ran into that. Not like it's a big deal though. Wouldn't do damage, which I don't think it does in hero mode. Maybe it's like a quarter heart of damage. Well, I mean, I've gotten hit a couple times, so you'd think I would be at a deficit of hearts, but so I believe it just knocks you away. Can only do so many things at once. And now we're at Death Mountain Formal. Pan the camera down from the Shadow Card Rock and we see all these Shadow Beasts. And we can notice that immediately around there are 4, so you can't really take down 3 at once. And it's going to set up the battlefield in a certain way so that it won't be convenient to group them all together. So let's try to find a path to this guy, take him down a single amount, with just a single thing, even if I bash my head against the force field. This guy's kind of out of the way, so take him down as number 2. And as long as we can get these 2 guys together, we should be doing fine. Of course, taking damage, even if it wasn't actively swinging at me with full force. Damage still counts as long as the attack connects in some sort of way. Kind of weird screeching music, the battle music when you fight those things, and the distorted sounds. It's like orchestral sounds for normal things, and then all techno, psychedelic when you're in the Twilight realm. And we got the Shadow Insect around. Don't want to go too far, because I was trying to do a midnight jump right there. Yeah, I gotta get to a point where I can do a jumpy Jew. No, not a jumping Jewish person, unless Link is secretly Jewish. I don't think a religion like that exists. It's only the religion of the Triforce, whatever it would be called. Hylianism, or, well, religion of the goddesses, I guess. Well, then, of course, there's the spirits as well that watch over the lands. We're trying to recover one while we're doing all this stuff for. Why do I have to stand guard at a dead end at the bottom of the cliff like this? Wait a second, have they tucked me out of the way because they think I'm useless? How convenient that they talk out loud when we're right in front of them because they don't know we're here. Or maybe it's just their thoughts and they're just emoting. Getting up to this point, things are starting to happen with a little bit of a meteor shower, even though it's just hummus and stuff along around. Oop, gotta watch out for that. Listen for that sound effect and watch for the shadow. Not just the shadow enemies that we are fighting. Shadows of things in general. Breaking and moving rocks. Breaking crates and moving rocks, even though I don't need to. But it brings me a little bit of coin, or rupees if you want to be fully exact. Let's talk to the Scoron's back. Rhyming. Psh! Hot! Another fumarole, and once again, it is in the worst possible place. I suppose this path is impassable now. So the steam goes all the way out, so you can't really swing your way through, and you can't really sidestep, or side crawl, or whatever. It would be signaling around, even though it's more being up against the wall. Regardless, you can't really go through when you're perching down, hanging stuff. I'm trying to use my words, man. I want to heal up even if there's an enemy actively attacking me. I'm saying that so much. It's like many Shadow Beasts, so I gotta get them all at once so they don't shriek. It's like the Shadow Card Rock as the leader, and it would be the one doing a loud screeching sound with his Articuno honking. But nope, it was unnecessary, but it helps to clear the way for this final Shadow Insect. We are evolving! The Vessel of Light is full of tears, and light has returned to this area. Now let's see if I can actually get the voice more solidified for Eldin. Ah, I was just starting to have fun. Don't forget that fused shadow. See you later. I thought Midna doesn't like jumping into the light like that. I see the ringy rainbow. And yes, this is Eldin, and the statue in Renato's house was representative of it. My name is Eldin. I am one of the light spirits of Hyrule. I am the spirit that guards these lands. O great hero chosen by the gods. I have a cheetah print face, because I'm sassy like that. The dark power you seek lies in the sacred grounds of the proud mountain dwellers. But already those grounds have been defiled, draped in shadow and seeded with evil. You must go to those sacred grounds and cleanse them. Sounds like something I could handle. And you being the big old bird-like thing that you are, you must take your time to make an exit. Cloak yourself with your big old wings and dissipate into energy. Recover my health in Metroid. But that's a different game franchise. Link? Colin getting pushed over as usual. Hahaha. See, Beth? I told you Link would save us. Just now noticing me. Must have got your memory knocked out of you briefly. You are the one from Ordon whom these children spoke of. We are well met. I am Renato, shaman of this town. And this... Hi, I'm Barnes. This is my daughter, Luda. Staring at you with those piercing eyes. The beast took us and left us to die, but Mr. Renato found us. At first, I couldn't believe they had come from so distant a place as the Eldin Province. Yeah, we don't remember much. All of a sudden everyone was captured, and then, until now, it's been like... a nightmare. Yeah, it was like a terrible dream and we couldn't wake up. Nightmares are everywhere these days, it seems. This village has certainly seen its share of recent hardships. The Dark Beasts attacked, but even worse was the sudden and inexplicable change in the mountain-dwelling Goron tribe. They had long been our friends, but suddenly treated us as foes. Even now they refuse to permit us entry into their minds. It strains the limits of belief, to think that such a gentle and proud tribe could change so suddenly. It makes me wonder if something in those minds is the cause of this change. Sounds like something to investigate. In any case, you must take these children and flee this village before more nightmares descend. I, of course, cannot leave my village in such a time. There is no telling what may happen to us here. But it is my job to try to coax the Gorons back from their recent change of heart. And of course, making it fall into Link. The kids already know that. I hate to cut this awesome music short, but next time on The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, we will get headed up towards Death Mountain as normal Link to see if we can do something about those darn Gorons causing us trouble. Until next time, don't toast yourself.